Aisha had always been painfully shy, the kind of girl who avoided eye contact with strangers and rehearsed what to say before ordering even a cup of tea. So when the clinic called to confirm her long-delayed gynecology appointment, her heart hammered as if she'd been told she was about to face a live audience, something unthinkable for someone who spent most of her life hiding behind books, long sleeves, and quiet corners. She had prepared herself mentally for an older female doctor, someone motherly, someone she wouldn't feel embarrassed around, someone whose presence wouldn't make her throat tighten with anxiety. But the moment she stepped inside the softly lit consultation room, her breath stilled. Sitting at the desk, glancing through her file with deliberate focus, was a young man, sharply dressed, effortlessly confident, and far too handsome to be the person she had to discuss her most personal concerns with. His white coat bore a name she recognized from billboards and articles her cousins used to gush over: Dr. Ryan Halim, a medical prodigy, a private hospital owner, and, according to social media's endless fascination, a millionaire who rarely granted interviews because he preferred serving patients over stardom. Yet here he was, looking up with eyes so calm and sincere that they almost softened the panic rising in her chest. "Aisha. Please, have a seat. There's nothing to worry about," he said, his tone warm, his smile gentle, as though he understood exactly how terrifying this moment was for her. She sat down as quietly as a falling leaf, her fingers twisting the strap of her handbag, her gaze fixed on the floor tiles while every inch of her, from her stiff shoulders to her trembling knees, begged to disappear. Dr. Ryan noticed, of course, he seemed to notice everything. "You're nervous," he stated softly, not as an accusation but as an invitation for honesty. She nodded, cheeks burning, wishing she could shrink into a pocket-sized version of herself. "That's okay. Most people are. My job is to make sure you feel safe and informed. You're in control of everything we do today." It surprised her how his voice, steady and kind, felt like a blanket wrapped around her fear. He explained each step thoroughly, not examining her yet, just talking, making her understand her symptoms, the tests she might need, the fact that nothing would happen without her permission. The more he spoke, the more shock washed over her, not because he was young or wealthy or intimidatingly brilliant, but because he was gentle, genuinely gentle, in a world where she'd learned to expect impatience or dismissal. Why are you doing my appointment?" she finally whispered. "I thought I'd be seeing someone else." His smile held a touch of amusement. "Dr. Farah is on emergency duty today. She trusts me with her patients when she's away." Aisha swallowed, unsure how to respond, unsure how to calm the fluttering storm inside her stomach. She had avoided doctors for months, convincing herself everything was fine, ignoring the pain and exhaustion her body had been signaling for too long. But she couldn't ignore it anymore, especially now, sitting under the warm glow of a room that felt strangely safe. When the moment came for the examination, he reassured her again, asking permission at each step, keeping the environment respectful and calm. Aisha realized something unexpected: he wasn't just brilliant, he was deeply humane. He spoke about women's health with the seriousness it deserved, the respect she'd never known men to give to subjects people usually avoided. Her fear slowly dissolved, replaced by a tentative trust that surprised her more than anything else. When he finished and she sat up again, he pulled his stool closer, not invading her space, just close enough that she knew he was paying attention. "Aisha," he said, voice steady with concern, "I think you've been dealing with this pain alone for a long time." She looked down at her hands, ashamed of how well he could see through her. "I didn't want to bother anyone," she murmured, her voice barely audible. "You're not bothering anyone. And you're not alone anymore," he said firmly, the sincerity in his tone making her chest tighten. "We'll treat this step by step. I'll handle everything." Something about the way he said it, calm, reassuring, unwavering, made her believe him. Truly believe him. For the first time in months, she felt hope, like a small flame lighting inside her. As she prepared to leave, her mind still spinning from everything that had happened, he handed her a treatment plan and then paused, studying her with a look that wasn't doctor to patient anymore, but human to human. "Aisha," he said gently, "you're stronger than you think. Don't ever assume your pain is too small, okay?" She blinked, momentarily stunned. No one had ever spoken to her like that before, like her feelings mattered, like she mattered. She walked out of the clinic with a heart that felt strangely lighter, unaware that this appointment, this single, unexpected encounter, would become the beginning of a story far grander and more transformative than either of them could imagine. but fate had already chosen its moment. And this was it. If you want to know what happens next, how a shy girl's world collided with a young millionaire doctor's life in ways neither could predict, make sure you subscribe, because the next chapter will reveal the twist that changes everything.